Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 14th to the 20th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people and the message of spirit out to more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Even though the tarot has been jumping out, the cards have been jumping out as I've been shuffling. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. Just making sure that you could see everything. We are crowned here by the King of Pentacles reverse. So, one of our biggest issues during this week is going to be getting in our own way, getting in our own head, wanting everything to be more productive, more interconnected, more prosperous than we think it is. We're going to be very, very hard on ourselves. So being mindful of that and saying, you know what, nope, I'm not falling down that rabbit hole. I'm not falling into that trap. That is going to be a very important thing. It then moves us to, this is also earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and of course, Capricorn. Capricorn. It moves us to the Nine of Cups. There's something we've been crossing our fingers for. It's like, I wish for this. And it's like, I'm not getting it. It's like, it's not here. And we think, oh my gosh, like, I'm not going to be able to get to the place that I want to be. I've wished for this. I've hoped for this. This is what I've always wanted. And now we're going to be like, oh, but it's not a soul's wish. It's like, I want to obtain this, not because my soul is calling for it, but because I think I should have it, type of thing. And spirit's like, it's not a no, but it's like, not now. And we kind of take that as a no. So do be mindful about that, because we can have things kind of like blow up at us. It's like it becomes way more intense than it needs to be. With the Six of Swords, we are moving forward with our knowledge and with our understanding, and we're moving forward into the unknown, but we're doing so slowly and steadily. So that's going to be a good thing. It's like, keep it slow, keep it chill, like, embrace what it is that you love. You have the Two of Cups, you have healing, beautiful love coming into play. And as you have healing, beautiful love coming into play, there's a balancing that's going on here as well, Capricorn. So you're starting to see harmony coming in. You're starting to see the two sides of yourself, like the duality that we all have. Now, Capricorn, you might say I have less duality than others, and you're ruled by Saturn, so that can be the case. We like things to be orderly and straightforward, so that could be the case. But here, it's the duality of the heart. It's a sense of, I love this, but I also love this. I want this in my life, but I also want this in my life. How do I move this forward? It's embracing the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine aspects of ourselves. That is challenging, but it's also really, really beautiful. It brings us then to the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is, I claim my happiness. So we're claiming healing, beautiful love. We're claiming healing of the soul and the self. And then we're stepping into our happiness. We're saying, this is what makes me happy. And I don't care what you think. I don't care how you see it. And that's like anybody else, right? Looking in at us here, Capricorn. I don't care how you see it. I care how I see it. And I will follow my joy forward. And I will embrace my beauty forward. And that's going to be just a really empowering thing. It brings us to the Hangman. We then start seeing our world very differently. We start seeing ourselves very differently. And as we do so, it's like, oh, I can do this. But we're changing the way that we see our world. We're changing the way we see ourselves. We're changing the way that we move forward. And it brings us then to the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles can be that we're having a bit of difficulty at work. So just acknowledging that we might feel like, I don't want to go into the office right now, or I don't want to go into work right now. I don't want to be doing this. And it's like, okay, you can have your little hissy fit, right? Like we want to do. And, then we have to put on our big boy pants and go in and do what we need to do as well. So that can be the case. We can also get hyper fixated on very little things. And those little things that really don't measure up to much are going to be what we think, oh my gosh, that's everything. So being aware of that during this time is going to be important. We're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need this to be just right, or I need this to be just like this. And so here, lightening up, which we're going to have a hard time doing, right? It tells us right off the bat, we're not going to be chill. We are going to be rather intense, hyper-focused, very determined, and astoundingly driven. And then to say, but not at work, or then to say I'm frustrated with work, it can seem counterintuitive to this time, but it's also going to be really important to know. So we're going to be hyper-driven, hyper-focused, really super intense, and yet we're going to be looking at things and being like, maybe this needs to change. Maybe I need to do things differently. And that's going to be a really interesting dichotomy. It moves us then to our spirit message. Now, if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit that bell notification. And only videos uploaded on this channel announcing the winner are the winner. So hit the bell notification and don't be fooled by anybody else. All right, our spirit message is the starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. And that's going to be a really important thing. It's like, now's the time to spread our wings and fly forward. Now's the time to embrace what it is that we love and see things differently than we had been seeing them before. And it's like, we've been asking ourselves, when is it my time? And now it's our time. So that's going to be really, really cool. I really like that for you, Capricorn. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is angels and masters. This is our angels coming in. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is our angels coming in, cocooning us in their wings and saying, I got you. I got you. These are our spirit guides coming forward and saying, listen to me. So we are protected profoundly during this time. It moves us then to interesting. Okay. So I'm going to get to our energy to be mindful of, but Spirit just said, listen, we can be frustrated with certain ways that things are going at work, or where we're spending a lot of time and energy and things aren't going the way that we had anticipated them. This is a time to kind of reevaluate what you have been doing and look at things in a different way, even though we want to stay on a very tried and true, know this formula, know how to move this forward path. So do be aware of that during this time. It's actually not that we are discouraged around work, though we are a bit fed up. It can feel like discouraged, but we're starting to see things in a new light, to bring in new revenue, to bring in new productivity and prosperity into our lives, and not have us being hyper fixated on one way of doing things. Okay, I just had to give you that message from Spirit before it went completely out of my head. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, we have 2. We have a Tower time and we have the 4 of Cups. And that just reiterates what Spirit just said. We went through a really hard time. It was a really trying time. It was a really intense time. And it has us seeing our world differently. It blew our mind, right? It blew the way that we looked at things. And with the 4 of Cups, we need to change our mind to change our life. But we're trying to do the same thing and say, well, it should be different. And Spirit's like, no, it's not going to be. So here, we're afraid of the Tower time coming in. We're afraid of this powerful change taking over everything. And so we're going to lock into one way of looking at things. And Spirit's like, look over here. Change and see with me. And that's going to be a very important thing. It moves us to the energy of the King of Pentacles. Again, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, it's us coming through, but it's also this real sense of being stubborn, of wanting things done a certain way, and of being in our own way. So during this time, we can be in our own way. Excuse me. We can be in our own way, but also we can have other earth sign energies that are telling us to, slow it down, be more like, don't take a risk. And this is a time here where we don't want to take really big risks, but we do want to propel ourselves forward. There's something new that we're going to be starting that's going to be very, very different than what we usually do. And with the 9 of Cups, we aren't going to get exactly what we're looking for during this time, which sounds like it's a bummer, right? Sounds like, oh man, I want this. But it's actually going to be something that's really good, because either it's going to keep us hungry and pushing forward, or it's going to have us looking at things and saying, huh, I wanted that, but I didn't know that this over here was also really, really good. And I never would have looked at it if it wasn't for me being discouraged or overwhelmed or doubting myself. With the 6 of Swords, we're moving forward very slowly and steadily, healing and embracing what we love. It's like we need to get this in order before we could really hit the gas pedal and go. This is going to be a time where it's going to be like we want to go real slow. So just know that we're going to be comfortable with a speed that is slow. When the pentacles are reversed, it can be, I want to speed things up, right? I want things to go quickly, but we're going to be much more comfortable individually with a speed that is slow. We are embracing what we love. We are embracing our joys. We are opening our hearts. We're saying, and they all live happily ever after. We're bringing joy in and we're seeing our world differently, and we're seeing ourselves differently. And as we do so, with the Eight of Pentacles, we're getting out of being stuck. We're getting out of being stuck at work, at looking at things in one certain way, at trying to make one formula work that isn't working anymore. And as we do so, it's like, oh, this is where I need to be, a new time. It is now time to get out of our own way, get out of our own heads, and really conquer and embrace our joy. And that is going to be just super important for us during this time, Capricorn. And it's going to be very freeing. This is a very liberating week for us. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, which is the parrot. It says, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. Amen. I mean, that is just a raise it and praise it moment where it's like, yes, this is who I really am. I've tried to be XYZ for everybody else, but this is me. It moves us to our chakra energy, which is self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. I'm mastering myself. I'm seeing myself. I'm knowing myself. I'm honoring myself. And I'm honoring that knowledge of myself that is moving me forward in ways I hadn't imagined it could. And as we do this, it brings us to the energy to be mindful of. This is Freyalt. This is Sagittarius energy. So if we are born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if we have Sagittarius energy in our chart, just know that we might not be jiving with it. We might be like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? We can want to be, we're out of balance, and we can want to be reckless, which is going to go against the grain of who we innately are. But there's something here where I want to hit the gas pedal. I want things to move forward. I want it now. And Spirit's like, you have to wait. And the retort is, how long do I have to wait? Like, what the heck are you even talking about? So acknowledging this within us is going to be a very important thing. The sense of balance, the sense of understanding, but knowing that we can be out of balance during this time, and it can be overwhelming. It can be, yeah. And also we'll have somebody who speaks to us, but they don't speak the truth. And we're going to have an off feeling about this person. It's going to be like, well, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, why don't I like you? It's because they don't speak the truth. They have a tendency to lie, and you're going to innately pick up on that, Capricorn, and you're going to distance yourself from that person. And it brings us then to the 10 of Wands. Subconsciously, we are letting go of a lot of burdens that we have been carrying that have only led us to looking at the dirt on our shoes. Really, seriously, we've looked on the dirt of our shoes for way too long. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to rise up and embrace my passion, embrace my power, and embrace my creativity. And I can't do that if I'm being weighed down by not only my doubts and fears, but everybody else's doubts and fears as well. So I'm setting myself free. And that is huge, huge for you here at Capricorn. All right. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye, Capricorn.